Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Oh, let's do this. Let's put the graphics up there. Let's just get them up there. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching what? There it is, the Political Vigilante. And I just want to answer this question that was asked in the live chat by Sharif Snuggs of, do you think Americans are going to become nomadic, living in vans, subletting, Airbnb, all that stuff? Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think that already is happening. It's a really good question. I mean, since the pandemic hit, we've seen all the major cities in America have had people leaving. And this is like because obviously when it first hit, it really hit big cities hard. New York being the first, and New York and Boston, the East Coast got hit really hard because everybody living together. We know that spreads quicker. People in elevators. It didn't affect Los Angeles initially at first because Los Angeles is more of a spread out city, but eventually it did, man. And it's hit big cities all over the country. So people have been moving out of big cities. Part of it was like in California. California has a high cost of living, as obviously does New York City and other big cities like Chicago. They have higher costs of living. So people were like either lost their jobs and were like, well, I got to move back home or move where it's cheaper. Or they were like, well, now I'm working remotely and everything in the, you live in a big city because it's stuff, there's stuff to do, right? That's why you live in a big city. I would assume most people, there's concerts and sports and blah, 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 all that stuff shut down. So a lot of people went, well, if I'm working at home, why am I spending all this money on rent? I mean, we've seen Arizona, Omaha. I mean, all these people from California, New York, and big cities have moved. Chicago, they've moved to more rural areas. And I think when things open up, because this notion that when things open up, boom, the economy is going to be back and everything's going to be humming perfectly. Unfortunately, that's not true. I've said this before, but when the Depression hit, when the stock market crashed in 1929, it wasn't until about 1931 or 32 that it was like, oh, we're in 1932. It was like, we are in a depression. It is bad. So we're not even there yet economically, unfortunately. And this isn't just my opinion. I'm just repeating what a lot of financial experts and economists who know way more about this stuff than I do are saying. So when that happens, yes, people are going to be living in their vans. People are going to be nomadic. People are already having to scramble. I mean, that's already been happening. People are having to get roommates or sublet or sell their home or whatever. People that own vacation properties, nobody's traveling for vacation. So they've they're living in their vacation property or renting it out full time. They're living in their vacation property and renting out their regular home or whatever. We're selling one of them. Couples that had two cars have sold one of their cars and now they just got one car. And I think you're going to have a lot of people in America nomadic. I mean, that was what happened in the Great Depression. The Dust Bowl hit and people there were just nomads. I mean, that was just, all those songs, that were written, King of the Road. I mean, all those songs about living in the boxcars. And I mean, that's going to be happening again. And it's going to go on for a while. And, you go through like Los Angeles, where I'm at, and there's parts of LA that are just gutted out. I mean, boarded up, nothing's there. It just looks like a bombed out city. I mean, there's just parts of it and there's just tent cities everywhere. And I would imagine most major cities are like this. And you've got food lines miles long in every city in America. Like we had in the 30s with the soup lines. So yeah, I don't know what America is going to look like. I hope this gets fixed, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, they're talking about delaying Biden's stimulus plan till March or April, and Pelosi and Mitch McConnell can't agree, and they're bitching about the filibuster and the impeachment. Meanwhile, we're not getting anything. We're supposed to get $2,000. Now it's $1,400. We might not get it till March or April. People need money now. Biden proposed rent forgiveness in his new stimulus plan, which is what we should not push back the eviction, just forgive it, pay it off. You're 7-8 months behind on your rent. It's paid off. Then the landlord gets made whole. Cause I've talked about this before. Most landlords are not like big evil corporations. There's some of that, but most landlords are just small business owners who went and bought income properties. That was their small business. And they're, if you own a little, you're renting out your home, or you've got a little apartment complex you're renting out, and half the people are 7-8 months behind on your rent, what are you going to do? You're paying a mortgage on that property. So if we gave rent forgiveness, everybody gets up to date on their rent. The landlords get their money. The banks then get their money. Everybody's made whole. But until that happens, you're going to see a lot of nomadic people. The rents in Los Angeles have already come way down. There's more for sale and for rent signs that I've ever seen in LA. The last time this happened was after the 94 Northridge earthquake. So it's like that everywhere. And then I've heard people tell me in smaller towns, oh, the rents have come up because all these people from big cities have moved here and the rents are cheaper. So America's going to be nomadic for a while. Whole industries have been wiped out. You worked in the hospitality industry or live events. I mean, you worked for a hotel, a rental car company, anything in the travel industry. And even when everything opens up, what percentage of the people are going to be traveling because people don't have money? If you got 20, 30% unemployment, who's got money to travel? Live events, that's, stand-up comedy. I already know several comedy clubs and nightclubs and bars and rock clubs. They're done, out of business, closed their doors. And I've said this before. I figured it out, just loosely calculated. When a stand-up comic goes on the road, there's about 70 jobs that are impacted by me, one comedian traveling to one city to do one show. 70 jobs. And most of those jobs are shut down or minimal, Sure, they're still running flights. Sure, there's hotels operating, but they're at 20% occupancy. You drive by any airport, drive by the rental car lot at any airport. There's just cars sitting there and being unused. And they never have enough spots for all their cars because they know a bunch of their cars are out. So now they got to find extra spots for their cars and stuff. You're just seeing rental cars parked up everywhere. I heard about one airport and they just all the rental car companies shut down and they're just using one desk for all of Hertz, Thrifty, Dollar, Avis. They're all under one roof and there's just 2 people working there. So we're going to see what happens if America's going to be nomadic or not. So we're going to really when that happens, we're going to really have to learn how to work together and take care of each other because our government doesn't care about us. And this notion that, I hear Republicans talk, oh, these Democratic governors, that's why it's so bad. Oh, give me a break. Yes, the Democrats are shitheads in all these blue states, and so are the Republicans. Both parties do not care about you. Trump didn't give a shit. Biden doesn't either. He's pretending like he does. And we'll see if he passes anything, but everyone's like, oh, chill out. Give him time. Give him time. COVID is still going. People don't have money. We need help now, today. We needed help 6 months ago. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, people are going to be living in their cars. People are going to have 3 roommates and crashing on couches and Airbnb any extra space they got. Everyone's going to have to do that. So try to help each other out. Or just sit around and blame everybody and blame that group and this group and fight and let the ruling class make billions of dollars while we all fight with each other because that's what the ruling class wants. I don't know. It's up to you, man. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.